Hey everybody, welcome to a off-the-cuff random slash video podcast. I've got two awesome guys with me. I've got Sherlock Clones
What's up?
and I've got Eipok Kruden. Is that how you pronounce it?
You can pronounce it any way you'd like.
Yay! So we're going to play some games, have a chat, go from there. We've got we've got 22 viewers. We've got a load of people in the chat, so we're just going to be just going for it. We were discussing about the meta, right? And right now we're seeing these big, horrible combo decks with I call it Mog Shaman because I saw it off that streamer called Mogwai, and I saw he put in. I've seen the two little grots that do Last Stand, and
that's where I got my list from Mogwai.
Yeah, I saw that and I liked the addition of having Scrag because of the extra card draw. I liked that, and then we've also got Scarbrand with the snail, or Bloodthirster with the snail. We've also got the Tree People as well. They're pretty brutal. I don't think is there anything else? I don't know what Death has got.
As far as combo decks go, Death doesn't really. Well, as far as decks, period, I don't think Death really has anything.
But I don't think Chaos is too much of a combo. I think Chaos is very much.
No, Chaos is more just like in your
Sure.
face.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess like aggressive, as far as like aggressive decks, but I mean, yeah.
I mean, are we talking tiers or are we just talking combos?
It would be interesting to see what tier. Personally, I think Scarbrand's tier 1.
Oh, no doubt. I think he's just never not been tier 1 since
I think
released.
Scarbrand's tier 1 alongside Dryka. Or Drycha.
Wow. I will disagree with you on the Dryka. I think Dryka's
tier 2.
Really?
Dryka's good, but it's not going to be able to compete. It can't compete with like Scarbrand or that Grot deck, to be honest with you.
No,
and trust me, I've been trying to make Dryka work since her release, and it's just a sad time every time I try to play test it.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. Dryka just can't. It's basically the problem. What you've got is tempo, which once I've done this game, I mean, we can give you a little. I'll give you a demo of it.
Like I don't have Dryka, but I've been, I've been watching Zeddy and trying to play it and coaching Zeddy a bunch, and he's gotten very, very good with the deck.
It's decent. The problem is that it's just not quick enough.
Right. So here's the problem with Dryka, right?
Well, it depends if you land your Primal Terror, right?
Right, but good players will just hold their removal for Primal Terror, and then what do you do?
And then you play a Metamorphosis.
Okay.
That's
fine. You still get there.
So here's the issue with Dryka.
Go
right?
for it.
So Scarbrand and the Destruction deck, they're not only pumping out damage, but they can also quest very quickly. Dryka, you're not questing. You're just pumping out damage for the most part.
No, yeah, you quest. They fixed the bug where you can't quest with discarded units.
No, I know. They can quest. They're just not efficient at questing. So, for example, Scarbrand and Blood Reaver. My gosh, can't talk. Blood Reaver Chieftain.
Yeah.
They can quest in like 2 or 3 turns, right?
Right. They quest in 2 turns and.
Right, and Sylvanus takes like 4 or 5 turns depending on what you're drawing. So most of Sylvanus units or champions have a damage corner on their first corner, right? That means you need to draw at least a damage ability or have your Flowering Dryad to try to quest them. So Scarbrand decks and Destruction decks don't have that problem. They can just play a unit, play an ability, they're already halfway there, and then do a damage and then with Destruction, they can just stack right on top. They don't even have to wait for the unit to fall off. So they can quest super fast, and they're pumping out damage. Dryka, if you want to win with Dryka, either you're playing Primal Terror, which for the most part, like I said, if a good player knows you're playing Primal Terror, they just wait to hold the removal for the Primal Terror. And then you got to hope that you can out-damage a Scarbrand deck that's going to quest on you while you're not questing. And I just, like I said, we I've tried
I mean, you
my
can heal.
best.
You've got a lot of healing with. I mean, the thing with Dryka is you heal while you damage.
You can heal. I'm not saying you can't. You can, but
Okay,
again,
not a ton, but like 6 a turn is a lot.
I mean, again, you can heal, but you even said with your Rodigus deck, you'd rather do damage mitigation than heal, because what's healing really going to do for you over the long haul? It's not going to save you from Scarbrand or the
No,
Grots.
because the reason that I like damage mitigation in Rodigus is because it's over multiple turns, whereas most of the healing effects are like very small amounts per turn.
Yeah.
But if you can like reliably heal like 4 a turn, then I definitely would go with healing.
But can you really reliably heal 4 times or 4 a turn? Can you really reliably do it in Dryka? You can, every now and then you can get those turns where you're discarding Flowering with Metamorphosis if you have one, and then you can get it back. Okay, that's possible, but over the course of the game, I don't see you being able to heal.
You can't do it from turn 1, but starting on turn 2 or 3, you can keep doing it every turn.
Right, but you're assuming you're drawing Metamorphosis. What about the games that you don't draw Metamorphosis? Or what about the games that you don't see Flowering? Then what do you do? If you're against a Scarbrand deck and you're not able to heal,
that's the thing. Well, I mean, that's the thing with the Grot deck too, though. Like, you need to draw those cards.
God damn it!
But they just see with the Grot deck though is that they can just spend turns drawing cards because it doesn't matter to them.
So can Dryka.
Yes and no.
Dryka can do like 18 damage in a turn without. Well, it can do like 15 without Primal Terror.
Right, but again, most players I think have realized that you can't rely on Primal Terror.
I know, that's what I said. You can do 15 without Primal Terror.
What we need is a proper battle. That's what we need.
Oh boy!
I don't have Dryka.
Okay.
In 5 days we can try it.
Okay.
Fine.
In 5 days.
Has a spare Dryka, a spare Goddess of Life.
Well,
I actually might have a spare Dryka.
Oh, okay. Well, if you do, then that's suddenly not a joke. But
well,
I mean, either way, I'll give it back when. Like, if you do give it to me, I'll give it back when I can craft it.
Whatever.
I mean, yeah, we can play it, and like I said, there are games where Dryka can pull out wins, but I think for the majority of the time,
what's Snuggle Bear doing? Oh my god! Uh-oh, this guy's questing like mad.
Wow. But yeah, like I was saying, for the majority of the time, I'm going to take the assumption that Scarbrand is probably the more consistent deck.
Yeah, I think he's definitely more consistent, but I also think that Dryka is less able to be ground out. Like by like a Bored to Death or like my Nurgle deck, I can you can grind out and Scarbrand, and like if you have like a death deck with the with the whites and a bunch of healing and stuff, like you can grind out the Grot deck, but you can't really ever grind out Dryka.
So Kain saying you can occasionally heal for a turn, but that is not reliable. You can look at Drycha in a vacuum. There's another guy messing you trying to win. Drycha is not a non-interactive deck like Destro or sometimes even Chaos.
Sure, but I mean, I think just like even just dealing 6 a turn gets there.
Yeah.
So how are you? Okay, so like I said, so how are you reliably doing 6 a turn? Because eventually you'll just run out of cards. If you're using like Trample and you have to discard a card, and then you're discarding a card with Dryka, you're eventually going to run out of cards unless you're drawing more cards through like Flesh to Stone or Metamorphosis. But like I said, you don't always see those cards. That's why it's
like if you never draw Flesh to Stone, if you never draw Metamorphosis, if you never draw if you never draw Silent Communion, and if you never draw Blessings of the Forest, sure, but you'd have to not draw any of those.
I mean, I guess, but
like it's got a lot of reload in the deck.
It does, and like I said, I'm not saying it's a bad deck. I'm just saying when you compare it to Chaos and Destruction, who not only are pumping out more damage than Draika is, and they're also questing faster than you are, they're more consistently going to beat you. That's all. I'm not saying, like I said, I like Draika. I don't know if they're.
I don't know if the Grot. I definitely think the Scarbrand deck is more consistently going to beat you than Draika.
Yay!
Or more consistently going to beat Draika than.
Whew! Didn't get the
I don't think the Grot deck will.
Right.
Hey, Kain.
Yeah.
Funny.
It's always funny when you do that.
So, right, Kain, just in reference to everyone, Kain is one of the guys that is one of the top death players in the US, in my opinion. One of the top players in the US for this game.
I mean, he's got Masters every single season with death, right?
Yep. Yes, sir. Every season since I started. Yeah, that was season 2.
Well done, sir. Round of applause.
Thank you, but I'm sure.
You also got
Masters isn't like a horrendous feat, I think, for me. Or I think like you can, if you have the patience and you have the drive to grind it out, I think Masters is doable.
You see this BS, man? I can't even draw a freaking removal. What is this?
Yay! I win.
Oh yeah, at some point, before we started the recording, I wanted to say, for Slimmix, I use them like, just before I forget my thought, I use them like a toolbox.
Who?
Slimmix.
Yes.
Particular Slimmix.
Oh, I call him. I call him Slimux.
Oh,
well, you call him Snail.
Yeah, you call him Snail.
Snail Boy.
Yeah, you call him Snail Boy.
Soft cow and chicken.
Yeah, for Snail Boy, I use him like a toolbox because you can, search your deck, and so I just have one of three different demons. I've got a single slashing screamer, a single capricious flamer, and then a single skyfire. And so if I'm against a wizard, I just drop the flamer right up against the wizard immediately, and that's 7 damage, which really helps the clock. And if not, then I use one of the other two.
So Deerwag has told us how you should pronounce it. It's Horticulus Slimux. That's how it's pronounced. And this guy knows.
Right.
This guy knows his Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, sounds right.
But yeah, I like when you're saying that if you use him for the toolbox thing. Problem is, I only just put. It always ends up just being it's gonna be the guy that draws every turn, right?
The Skyfires.
It's just always gonna be that.
I don't know. For me, it depends. Like if it's against Order, I don't want to use that because they have so much removal. And they also have wizards, so I'd rather just like put it against a wizard and use the Capricious Flamer.
Fair.
Or otherwise, because they've got stuff to like deny me being able to play stuff or use abilities, like I put if they don't have wizards, or if I'm not able to put my Slimex against a wizard, I put it against a warrior, and then I use the slashing screamer. And so that way I can remove something if they play something. So they've got to remove the screamer first, no matter what.
Mm.
I mean,
it's a heroic act, and so even...
Kain, what were you going to say?
No, I was going to say, I mean, obviously it depends on what kind of order you're playing. I mean, the heavy removal stuff is probably something you most common see with like Stormcast. But that's not like something you run into very often, and you're probably winning that match anyway a lot of the time. Like that's already in your favor. And Stormcast has no draw capability like whatsoever most of the time. So the draw guy is gonna, if he gets through, that's practically the win, like on its own, because Stormcast can't. It's always had a historically bad matchup against anything that draws cards because it can't do that. So, like you're probably good in either scenario. And if they have the answer for the draw guy, then that means they also have the answer for the other guy. So it's like the same thing. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like it's just, like if the wizard is also true, like the 7 damage is really good for against like wizards.
I'm
and stuff.
so stupid. I'm like not paying attention.
I mean, you're winning right now.
Yeah, I screwed up. I thought like that was my first act, and I wasted all my cards in my hand. That was so stupid. It's the freaking chat. You guys are talking to me. I'm not paying attention.
I get it. It's always someone else's fault. I understand.
It is.
That's what adulting is. Finding the scapegoat.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I don't know, chaos in general. I feel like chaos right now is like with Nurgle's Rod, with a lot of the stuff they can do. Like, there's a strong Scarbrand is fine, but even the Bloodthirster guy is fine because it's actually harder to deal with the extra damage from Bloodthirster with a Nurgle's Rod than it is to deal with a Scarbrand, depending on like what you want to play. Because people could play the answers to Scarbrand, they just don't want to, because all the answers to Scarbrand are reactive things.
Well, they're reactive things that are mostly specifically like ability reactive. Like they're reactive to just ability damage.
Yeah.
Because the stuff that a lot of this, unless it's like flat damage reduction, the stuff that reduces ability damage doesn't reduce unit damage.
Yeah, that's true. It's for Scarbrand that's usually like enough though, because Scarbrand tends to win. Like when you come down to the wire, what's the thing you're always worried about? It's Scarbrand's ability. When he gets under 10, I better hope I can kill him.
I think we got. There we go.
Oh boy.
And like, it's one of those. It's like, like what he's doing like right now. You know what I'm saying? But it's
oh boy.
But like if you have a dude,
I haven't won.
Like,
oh, I'm alive.
Whoa.
You survived. Just barely.
You better watch out. I could beat you.
You could easily beat me now.
I can't beat you.
Yeah, you can beat me now.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna beat you. I was just kidding.
Well, I mean, he has no cards in hand. He can't.
I can't win. Oh, I tell you what, I did do a lot of damage. That was a lot.
I mean, you could also see that he can't kill you on his next turn either. He doesn't have any cards.
Yes,
in his
he
hand.
can. He can ping me for 1, and then he can look at me weird. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
So we were just sitting there making this argument about Drycha, and I've just lost. Right?
Oh my god!
Uh-oh.
That's okay.
You've won. You still won. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, take that. Take that.
Oh no, not the pig.
We were just sitting here just making an argument about how good Scarbrand is and Drycha's not that good. And then I just lost to it.
This is.
And he wasn't even paying attention for the first part of that game.
Yeah,
this is a deck that Jeff's been working on.
I didn't waste my whole hand. That one turn, I think I would have been fine.
Yeah, it's not as if you're good or anything. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Nah, look at this.
Are you gonna use Drycha just for added effect?
just
to rub it in more. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been working on this sort of Drycha build for a while, like the single just Drycha, no extra wizards kind of thing. He's been doing that for a little bit, so he knows what he's doing.
To me, yeah, I think that'll be a good shout. Right, what am I going to play up against? What should I play him with?
I mean, you can go with the tree lock deck. That's always a fun one.
Yay! Let's go trees. The ones that we said they were they're 1.5. They're not good. They're not in the garbage tier.
Great.
I think this has gone down quite well. I think a lot of people quite like this weekly chat. I think I might do.
Dude, just have me on once a week to rant. Your viewers will go way up.
You should be
like,
just
who is this
Sherlock.
idiot?
Yeah, you should just title your stream "The Purge."
We should. Should I do it on Wednesdays? Wednesday. I was going to say Thursday Throwdown. Or when?
Hey man, whenever you want.
We can do it the Wednesday Whinge. There you go. Wednesday Whinge.
So somebody asked a question, and I think it's a good question.
Go for it.
And you are playing against death, so this is an interesting topic.
You know what? Actually, while we're doing all this, I think it's someone keep an eye on the chat and do some question throwing. Go for it. Be the hosts of my host.
So I believe it was Diawag, but the question was how to make death good. Like if it could be good in this meta, what does it need? How do you do it?
And make death great again, John. Make death great again.
I don't know if it can be done. Like, I want it to.
With the tools we have, or like just in a perfect world.
With the tools we have.
Because I mean, he wasn't very specific.
Let's just imagine he means with the tools we have. Then.
What the hell is this? A double Lord Executioner. What the hell's this?
Look at it. He was trying to counter you because he thought he was playing.
Joke's on you.
Okay, yeah. With the tools we have, how do you make death great again?
You play Mordants. That's what you do. You just go back to Mordants.
Really?
Some people do that, actually. Some people have been doing that.
Mid-range.
do.
I've seen that. I mean, I've not lost to it ever with any deck, but I have seen it.
Some people are saying that Mordant mid-range is like a 1.5, but I've tried it, and I'm just like, I just can't see it being like real. Like, I get the concept. The concept is the same it's always been. Just have some new like units. You can like one new unit you can play, and like one new champ you can play. And neither of those things seem like they're like super game breaking with what the new shit that the other factions have. Like,
I wish the Briar Queen had a better heroic act.
Yeah, I tried really hard to make Briar Queen real, but I just don't think it is. Honestly, the new guy, the Monstrous Crypt Courtier, he's really good. He is probably one of the fastest questers in the game.
Really?
Hands down. And you can do some really crazy tricks. Like did you know that you could Spirit Torment the current champ? You can literally quest him in a single turn now.
Adam's saying that Mordant, he feels that Mordants are too slow now.
Yeah, they get like the best tool so far that Death has gotten in this new set has been Vigor Necros. Vigor Necros allows you to quest champions in Death super fast. But that's it. They don't have anything else. Like, they didn't get anything.
I think if we're not talking about the tools we have, because I don't know if we actually can do it with the tools we have, but like just like 2 changes that would make death competitive, I think, but they would be like not like broken, but they'd be like fun, I think, is one would be just change the Briar Queen's heroic act to anything else.
Anything else? Oh,
but
I think
if we could just straight errata stuff, can we just errata every champion that Stormcast has to like not suck? Is that possible?
Well, I mean, sure.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. Go back.
Yeah, so if the Briar Queen had like if her heroic act was, something like sacrifice a unit to summon a unit onto like from your discard pile, or maybe just like summon a unit from your discard pile, because it's like, I think because Archon is just better than that anyway, because they're both 9. So I think the Briar Queen should be able to resurrect
Archon's 10
spirit units.
Just for clarity, Archon's 10.
Oh, okay, he is 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
But still.
Yeah, I think she should be able to do that. Maybe have it like a once per game ability, but have it like be able to play on adjacent champions as well. I don't know, something like that. But then another thing that I think would be like really small, but potentially like really fun, is just let Skulking Necromancer play Risen.
Great Big Slug was saying if the act counted as stacks.
That could almost be good.
It could almost be good.
It could almost be good because that means that your stacks are actually being useful before, because the spirit stacks take 7.5 years to do damage. So
yeah,
like
that would be a good idea, but it would also No, I guess you could just put some extra text on that just say increased by support.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Like it's something. You know what I mean? Something is better than nothing.
Yeah, I think that's a good change. If a heroic act counted support as well, that'd also be a good change. But like I'm a fan of. I hadn't really thought of this before, but just giving the Skulking Necromancer the ability to play Risen units.
I don't think that would be bad. I also don't think I also think that
it's just like a little flavorful thing that doesn't do like
a lot.
Yeah, it doesn't do too much, but it helps.
It does. Honestly, and they really just need like a wizard. They just have like a 4-cost wizard.
There's no Risen warrior wizard.
There is
and
none,
I don't think there should be one.
Unless you count Nagash, because Nagash can play Risen.
No, he can't.
Yes, he can. Nagash can deploy Risens.
Yes, he can.
No, he can't.
Yeah, he can.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking of Archon for some reason.
Oh,
Archon can.
Yeah, Archon can't. Right. Yeah, Nagash can.
But Nagash is 15. That's not real. So.
No, yeah.
No,
that's just not real. Honestly, if Nagash was 13.
Oh yeah.
So much better.
Oh, if 13. Nagash was 13, I think. that would be really.
Like he might be like a playable champion at 13.
Oh gosh, imagine if Nagash was 13 and Skulking Necromancer could play Risen. And he had those in the same.
That's
close.
The brittle champion.
So Blackhaven was saying, and by the way, make Concussor a beast Stormcast.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. They basically shot themselves in the foot for Stormcast balance by not making any of the Stormcast mounted units or Beast Stormcast hybrids actually Beast Stormcast. None of them have both tribes.
I mean, can we make Alapex a Stormcast? That'd be fantastic.
Man, Alapex is like the best card in Order, though.
Yeah. I know. It's like the best card in Order, and it's not a Stormcast. Isn't that lovely?
That's true. You're not wrong.
No,
is...
but I mean, there's plenty of I think. I mean, I know that was a joke, but I definitely don't think they should do that anyway. But
I wasn't joking.
They have to keep it. They have to keep it flavorful.
Oh, I know. I'm just, it's just funny.
So you are joking.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Honestly, Alapex might be. He's definitely in maybe at least top 5 for best uncommons in the game overall. Alapex is ridiculous.
Do I put in the loyal Kurnoff hunters or the healing ones? Sherlock.
I mean, if you're trying to do damage, you want to do the loyals.
I feel like he's going to out damage me.
Okay.
No. I would still probably do it.
Yeah, go for it.
How is he going to burst you down?
I don't know. I mean, he could.
There's things you can do in Risen. He can if he drops another dude and then Servant Death or whatever, he can do a lot.
The Servant Death is a real powerful. I think it's a really, really good card. Servant Death.
Yeah, but there's not many first corner damage things in Death.
He's playing it now though. That he's talking about on the Infected Terrorgeist.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the Infected Terrorgeist would only, if Servant Death on that would only do 3.
Right now it was, yeah. I mean, Servant Death with Archon is really stupid because you can Morghast things and, you can get a little boost out of it.
Would you run Servant Death?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In Risen, yeah, because it's only playable in Risen. It's not playable in any other tribe because you can't Servant Death.
I like the I already play the Skulking Necromancer in my Risen deck. Sometimes, I switch it between the Twisted Necromancer and the Skulking Necromancer.
Yeah.
But if it was if Skulking Necromancer could deploy Risen, I just play Skulking Necromancer every time and just put him next to because I already put him next to the Archon. Because Dance, and then you get Archon, and then you get basically you have the Hell Knight on the left, and then the Necromancer, and then you have Archon, and then you have just a regular Skeleton Champion. And Archon gives the Skeleton Champion basically the Hell Knight's ability, because you can Morghast Harbinger something and then res something onto the champion, and it'll go off before your turn starts and remove something.
It's really good. It's also really good for you to play Bonds in Archon, because the Bond, if you flip Bonds during the Archon free deploy, then it'll actually pull an X.
Yes.
Like, it's basically an X4 instead of an XX4.
Oh no, I think I've lost it.
Wait, how much health? What was your 2 actions that turn?
I did trample underfoot, and then I played him. No.
Huh. You did that. I thought you'd have damage. Like more damage in hand, but you did not.
No.
Okay.
No. I've lost. GG.
Yeah.
Ah, that's a pretty cool death deck. But that's Order Against Death, right? Yeah. Well, we're going to wrap it up there. Thanks so much, everybody, for jumping on. Thanks so much for you guys for jumping on. This was a very off-the-cuff thing, and it turned out pretty good. So, cheers, guys.
Good night.
Bye, guys.
All right. See you in a bit, everybody.